The best way to learn is simply by doing. I'm going to jump right in and show you how to create, build, run, and edit a C# application. After this, I will explain much more about what's gone on. But in order to understand something, it's much more important to see it in action firstly, so you can see how it behaves, what it does, and how it was created. Then we will go back and dissect how things work. In order to create our first C# project, open up Visual Studio. You should have installed this from the previous lesson. The first thing we're going to do is click Continue Without Code, so you can see the environment itself. So this window here is the Visual Studio IDE, the Integrated Development Environment. It's rarely called that these days, but that's what an IDE means. It's simply an environment where you can write code, and the tool, the IDE itself, assists you in writing that code, whether it helps create the applications, debug the applications, or deploy the applications. It's an assistive tool. Now, before we create a project, go to Tools, Options, and in the toolbar up here, simply type Project Location. You'll see it expands Projects and Solutions and then Locations. And we're going to change the default project location. This is the folder on your machine where Visual Studio will create the projects when we go and create our new project. Now, because this isn't a very well-known folder, it's difficult to find. So instead of we click the three dots over here, I'm going to place this on my desktop and select Folder. Click OK. And now it's time to create our first project. If you go to File, New, Project, you will be presented with this window. If I just quickly close this down and reopen Visual Studio, and then I was to click Create New Project on this home screen, you would see we end up in the exact same place. Don't worry about all these projects and all this text and all the options. For now, what should be at the top is a console app.NET Core. If not, you can click the search box and type console core. And it will filter this list, and you can select the console app.NET Core. And if you see here, there's a small C# green icon as opposed to a VB or an F#. So we want the C# one. You can also see it's got the C# tag here. So simply click the console app.NET Core, then Next. This is the name of the project. So for this one, we will call it Hello World. You can see it's going to place it on our desktop now and leave the other options as default for now. Click Create down the bottom, and this will create our C# console application ready to start running some code. Once done, Visual Studio will open up the program.cs file that it's just created, and you can see in the sidebar here a solution, a project, its dependencies, and then the only file we have called program.cs. Don't worry about all this for now, simply focus on this one class. As mentioned, this class, this file, has been placed on our desktop. If we were to right click on the project where it says Hello World and select Open Folder in File Explorer, you will see it takes us to the desktop in Hello World, and we have a bunch of files. Again, don't worry about these files for now. In order to run this program, this console application that's been created for us, there are several options. Firstly, you can press F5 on the keyboard. Secondly, you can click this green play arrow here. Thirdly, you can go to Debug and Start Debugging, which you can see is the shortcut F5. I like to use keyboard shortcuts, and it's a good thing to get used to when programming. It allows you to keep your fingers on the keyboard, less mouse activity, and you will work faster if you get used to keyboard shortcuts. So to run this application, to start it, we press F5. Before doing that, if you see down the bottom here, we have output errors. If yours is not already showing, you can click down here to expand and then click the little pin icon to lock it into position. Now when I press F5 to run the application, you will see some text appear here, which is showing the stages of building the application. And then it pops up a command window where we can see our program running. As you can see, it's written hello world on the command line, and then this is simply exited. So this code here is not necessarily our application. This is Windows telling us that our application on the desktop exited with code 0, which 0 means successful. And then this little part here has been added by Visual Studio to prevent the window automatically closing. All these things will be explained in future lessons, so don't worry too much about that. The key piece of information is to realize that this part here before the C drive output, this here is our application. This is the C# program that we have created here running and outputting some text. If we press any key to close the window, it will close and take us back to the development environment. So what happened when we pressed F5? Now, without going into too much detail at the very beginning, all you have to be concerned about is that when we pressed F5, our program got built and created for us. It got placed in the bin folder, debug, inside this folder, and this file is our actual program here. So this hello world.exe. If we were to click in the address bar here and type cmd and press enter, we are now in a command line window in this folder. We can type hello world.exe and press enter. And we've now just run our built C# program directly without using Visual Studio. So in theory, we could copy all these files, give them to another user on another machine, and they can simply run this hello world to execute our program. So you can see here hello world. When we press F5, a similar thing happens. Visual Studio first creates that program, then it runs that program on the command line, and at the same time it attaches a debugger, which is something we will talk about shortly, and allows us to investigate our program while it is running to see what's going on. When we run a program in the command line, Windows will look for what is called an entry point to the application. This means a function inside the application called main that is static. It's the single place where an application will start. So if our application has multiple functions, when we run our application, Windows knows which one to choose because it's always looking for a single function called main. If we run this again, you will see that it still works. However, if we were to rename our second function to main and also make it static, you will see that we get this build error. If we click no to run, you can see that we get an error down here that says the program has one or more entry points defined. So we can see when we run our code with F5 or from the command line, Windows will look for the static main function and our code inside these curly brackets will run. Execution of a program, in terms of the computer running our program, will first find the main function, then it will execute the code sequentially, so line by line, inside these curly brackets until it's finished. Once it reaches this end curly bracket, your application is done and has been closed. If we want to see that in action, we can insert a few more lines. So if you click on the line with console.readline, press Ctrl and C for copy, and then Ctrl and V for paste, this will duplicate the line. Be careful not to have any text selected on the line. If you do so, Ctrl and C will copy just that portion of the line, and then Ctrl and V will simply paste that portion of the line. So make sure you only have the cursor on the line, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Then you can just continue to press Ctrl V to create multiple lines. If we go inside here now and add numbers to our lines, Then press F5 again. This will compile our application. Run the application again, and now you can see we have hello world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the program exits. So you can see from that, the program starts here, executes line by line, and then once it reaches the end, it closes. In the next lesson, we will talk about what all these syntax, these specific symbols all throughout the program mean. So quotes, brackets, curly braces, semicolons, all of these little icons in your application and all of the way they are aligned forms what is called the syntax of the application. We will learn about that next.